In our culture, we applaud and glamorize starvation, and we wonder why we have such high rates of eating disorders. When my eating disorder behaviors shifted to exclusively restricting and my weight plummeted, I received more attention and praise than I had ever received in my life. I would tell people that I was very sick, but their response was always, "Well, you look great." The message that I received was that the size of my waist was more important than my heart beating and my ability to take a breath. The pain of that experience lingers, and it made it extremely difficult for me to fight my way out of the eating disorder. Eating disorders don't have a specific look, and we need to think twice about applauding weight loss.
When I was young, based on my experiences and beliefs and just my temperament, I relied heavily on external validation in order to feel worthy. I picked up on our culture's praise of qualities like discipline and willpower, and through my eating disorder, I took these to the extreme. Thankfully, my parents knew that I had this temperament, so they didn't praise my perfectionistic behaviors or how hard I was on myself, and this helped my recovery significantly.
Culturally, we equate morality with food and weight. If we are thin and eat clean, we are considered good, disciplined people. And if we don't, we are less than. This is the amniotic fluid we are raised in. And if we struggle with self-worth, that makes us susceptible to diet culture's false promise of purity.
As counterintuitive as it seems, eating disorder recovery at its core isn't about taking away someone's eating disorder. Rather, it's about helping them to differentiate their healthy selves from their eating disorder self, and then helping them to strengthen that healthy part of themselves so that it can put the eating disorder out of a job. As the loved one of someone struggling with an eating disorder, you can play an influential role in this healing journey. Anything you can do to help them to strengthen that inner healthy part of themselves and to develop a sense of self-worth based on more than their appearance and achievements will make such a difference.
A critical aspect of recovery is disengaging from a culture that measures our worth as a human being on the size of our body and the food that we eat. Separating from these cultural ideals can be instrumental in finding a sense of agency and power over the eating disorder. Supporters have the potential to nurture this radical approach to recovery or take the wind right out of it if they haven't done their own work to unpack internalized fat phobia and healthism. No matter where one falls on the weight spectrum, weight stigma and fat phobia feeds the eating disorder, and we all have a part to play in challenging that.
Treatment options can be limited, and so often much of the recovery process happens at home. I believe, and research supports this as well, that the support of loved ones plays an invaluable role in the healing journey. This will likely feel daunting, and you will likely feel frustrated and confused and overwhelmed and helpless and angry and every emotion under the sun. I know that my parents did, but I truly believe that learning how to support someone on their recovery journey holds great healing potential for everyone involved.
Typically, when culture is discussed in relation to eating disorders, it is depicted as something greater than us, a force outside of our control. The reality is, we are our culture. It may not be our fault, but it is our responsibility to educate ourselves and wake up to the ways that we are perpetuating fat phobia and enabling eating disorders and disordered eating around our dinner tables, in our conversations, and in our relationships. Supporters play a key role in creating weight and food neutral spaces for us to take the reins back from a disorder that's killing us and step into our power and potential as human beings.
Stacy and I are members of Vancouver Island Voices for Eating Disorders. We are a nonprofit group representing individuals affected by eating disorders and any troubled relationship with food, exercise, and body. We are passionate about increasing eating disorder awareness, access to services, and advocacy. If you need support, we are a resource available to you.
We can't ignore social context in eating disorder recovery. We all have a part to play. Whether we think we know someone with an eating disorder or not, it is normalized in our culture to have a disordered relationship with food and our bodies. We must ask ourselves, how much of our power and potential are we willing to sacrifice in pursuit of weight loss? How many lives are we willing to put on the line?